guys, we're at MGM Grand, and I wanted to show you, this is the check-in area. The hotel check-in area is separate from the casino. It's actually a huge resort, and you're gonna have to walk a bit just about to get anywhere you want to get. And there's a lineup, but there are lots and lots and lots of people checking in. So it's actually a fast one. Sometimes, you know, it's faster to get through huge lineups from resorts like this one because they have so many people checking in than say shorter lineups with just one or two people checking you in. Isn't that? It's just weird. So don't be scared if you see a long lineup. Just see how many people check in. You've got usually you have your VIP section, the people that have been invited, and then you know, super VIP check-in is somewhere else, and then you know this is the regular check-in. It's rather pleasant, but you know I always find MGM, as I say, a little bit too big for me. Too much to walk around. Not that I don't want to walk, but sometimes I'm in a hurry and I like to get to my room really quickly and so forth. Or to the buffet, or you know, to the pool. Here it's just not going to happen. Anyway, but it's a really huge favorite of young crowds, and the rooms are relatively affordable, in the mid-range. They're not as affordable as other places on the Strip, of course, but I think it's a favorite of many crowds. It's got a young sports club theme, all mixed together. But for details, of course, read top-buffet.com. And now I'm going to show you the room. Hi guys, we are at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. I'm going to show you once you actually come out of the elevators, all the towers are like this. There are differences in views perhaps, and perhaps tone of decoration, but the layout is the same. And there you go. The elevators are there, straight ahead of me. What you do, you come out of the elevators and you will find kind of like a rotunda. These are the elevators, and this is where you meet. You meet this type of rotunda, and here you've got a metal type structure. But in other towers, you have, you know, one has a beautiful marble column. So they're not always exactly the same, but the layout is the same. And it's really nice to come out of the elevators and to see this rather than going straight to the rooms. Now, of course, once you get into the corridors to go to the rooms, it's not as grand. It's pretty basic, actually. We checked in really, really early. Now this is after the buffet, but and so obviously what you'll find carts and maids' carts everywhere. So you have to bear that in mind. But we were, I have to admit, very pleasantly surprised to see that we were allowed to check really, really early, before midday, which means that obviously we didn't have the best choice of rooms in terms of, you know, you have to decide if you want to check in really early. You might get the best choice of rooms within your price range, within the code that you've booked. But usually, you know, 3 o'clock is a really good time to get the best choice. Personally, I've seen so many rooms and many views. I actually opted for the room that was available because I really want to get into a room as soon as possible. And it's really nice that they let you get into your own room, check in as soon as you want, really, as soon as, you know, provided they have something available. So mind, you know, beware of the various carts. If you come in slightly later on than we did, you will probably find it a little bit tidier. So bear that in mind. This is this is a standard level entry room, the most common of the rooms. This is 2 double beds. We opted for that. I find them a little bit more a lot more spacious than the Petit Kings, for example. Let's go with the bedroom itself first. I do like The decoration, MGM Grand has always had nice rooms, even before the remodeling phase. Even when they were trying to appeal to family and, you know, let's say adults around 40 years of age, they were really, really nice even then. And now they've trying to attract younger and younger people. They've obviously remodeled them with that in mind. Having said that, they're still beautiful and tastefully done. They remind me a little bit of Mirage, just a little bit. There are a couple of things. So the actual room, there is a media center here, a media console, and which, you know, these days you can find pretty much everywhere except for the very cheapest resorts, the very, very, very cheapest. The blinds that you see are automatic, which is nice, a nice touch. You have several types, you know, shears, you have total blinds, and a bit like Aria in that respect. So that's very nice, it's a modern touch. The actual TV has HD, which is very nice. It's got a lot of channels, not as many as, say, Encore. I always give Encore as an example, but a lot of channels, much more than average. And if you read top-buffet.com, our website, we go into details about that. But anyway, they were easily interchangeable. When I was going through the channels, it was easy and fast, and I like that. I don't like to waste my time. And the desk, you know, again, tastefully decorated. This chair, you know, I mean, it isn't the most modern ergonomic chair, but it's comfortable. It's actually very nice. There's nothing wrong with this room. It all depends on how much you have paid for it. As you well know, our purpose is to get the best deal available. Sometimes we get comped, and by that I mean free rooms, and we get a lot of those, both with the MGM group and the Total Rewards group and other groups. Sometimes I feel that we've got to get out of the comp rooms because otherwise I always tend to show you the same rooms over and over. So this is different. We actually got a good deal with one of the deal websites, and if you want to find out about that, you have to read our section on top-buffet.com, which is titled Cheap Vegas Hotels. On the left you can see the menu, and then we talk about the websites where you can get the best deals. So we went to one of those websites that I recommend, and we got this deal, and this room again ended up costing us, including everything, ended up costing us in the region of $40, 40. And again, we just went straight up using those deals. We had also a food credit, which we used for the buffet, and I'll tell you all about the buffet in our channel, obviously in a different video, and of course on top-buffet.com. Now, this is the glass here that covers up the items of the furniture is actually really practical because they tend to not, you know, you don't get scratched, the items don't get scratched, but it's actually really nice. I mean, I'm trying to give you details. The drawers, they really slide beautifully. The finishing of the room. Somebody just knocked on the door thinking that we were checking out. We just checked in. We checked in so early that you know, really early, which is great, guys. If we could check in so early that people thought that we were about to check out. Anyway, so let's go back to this gorgeous finishing. I mean, you know, these little touches is what actually differentiates, say, a very cheap resort from a better one, basically. You know, some of you guys will think, I don't care about the furniture, okay? I just want to sleep. But it depends on how much you pay. You want to feel as if you are getting pampered a little bit, don't you think? And so comfort is very important, and also the quality of the items of furniture that you actually have around you. There's a mini bar here, of course, with the various list of beverages. Now, let's go and show you the bathroom. But before that, I want to show you again the perfect cleanliness, how clean it is. This is very, very important. And the depth, again, and the quality of the furniture. Now, how well they slide. Cleanliness is important because last time we were here, it was only 3 months ago, and we did a whole review of various rooms. Some video reviewed, some we just wrote about it. I was really disappointed at the level of cleanliness. Basically, there was no cleanliness, and it bothered me. It really depressed me. I mean, it's so very well for us. Most of the time we come in for free or we pay very little. But I mean, usually people, you know, they pay, right? I mean, I don't know, usually this room would go, I would say, for around $70 to $90 a night if you just pay a standard price without any deals. And you know, I mean, it has to be clean. But I think I've been pleasantly surprised this time. It's May 2014, and I'm noticing cleanliness. Something is happening, fingers crossed. Maybe I'm just at the better hotels this time. Maybe I'm just reviewing different types of hotels. Of course, air conditioning, pretty standard. These are the automatic blinds that I told you about earlier. And now let's show you the bathroom. It's modern. Many of you will like it, and it's kind of a metally modern marble feel. They always had these great marble countertops. Now they've added obviously different materials for different contrast. It's not as big as Tropicana. We just came from Tropicana, so I'm going to make those comparisons sometimes. Forgive me about that, but it's spacious enough, and it's very. This is the old marble floor, you know, marble tile floor, very nice. And so is that. Actually, I really like those. But it's really nice. It's perfectly clean, perfectly kept, perfectly maintained, and you do expect that from MGM. And that's why, even though it's South Strip and it's not, you know, it's not Bellagio, it's not, you know, a Mandarin Oriental or Angkor, then, but it is a higher, you know, higher up on the scale within the average mid-range types of hotels. Very, very clean. It's a small bathtub, but I've seen nothing but small bathtubs lately. I don't know why. It is a new trend. So I think it's very good. I mean, it's a little on the small side. You've got your vanity mirror there, which is always appreciated. But it's spacious enough, and it's nowhere near as small as, say, at Mirage, for example. But I like it. So far, I'm so well impressed. I mean, I like to see cleanliness and places that are well kept. So when customers, you know, scratch and stain, they quickly repair and fix that. The wardrobe has a nice light. I like lights in the wardrobe so I can see where I put my clothes. Higher end types of hangers, you know, none of those sticks, you know, you actually can move them without any problems. One luggage rack, usually you have to ask for the additional one, just phone housekeepers if you have more than one item of luggage. And now I'm going to test the bed, and I'm going to tell you all about it. Okay, the beds are relatively soft. I would say, just an average mattress with a small pillow top, or it feels as if you had a relatively thin layer of pillow top. But it's comfortable. It's comfortable, super comfortable. It's actually probably ideal because it's not super soft and it's not hard. So it probably meets the criteria for the majority of guests. And the pillows were very soft. And what I like is that the quality of the material. The sheets are actually good enough quality. They're soft. They're not the cheapest, you know. So that's also appreciated. And here we go. So here we go. I hope this has been of use. And as I said, if you use my Vegas points, for example, and we talk all about that on top-buffet.com, you can get MGM room for free. But what you will usually be able to get is the petite king, and it's far too small for me. I mean, I need a bit of space, especially if it's two of you, you know. And then there's the bathroom issue too. But it's a lovely room. But we talk about that on top-buffet.com. But this one is a little bigger, and it's got two beds, and it's important for us. And I find it spacious enough, and that's it really. As I was checking in, and I wanted to tell you this, everybody, there's been a rumor for years. Say, oh, the $20 trick. So you go in, you know, blah, blah, blah. I won't go into details, but I'll tell you on the website. And I witnessed somebody that was actually giving somebody at registration $20 to get an upgrade. This is so funny. I thought that nobody tried this anymore, but they did. And I'll tell you the outcome of all of that on top-buffet.com. We have a section on MGM. You just go on which Vegas hotels and and you kind of and you find. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about that little incident that I just was about to tell you. And you find also a little description of this, and also a section called $20 trick. And that is under news and advice on the left side menu. And we talk all about that and if it works, if it doesn't work, and what you get for it. But it was so funny to see somebody actually do it in front of me, you know? I just thought it was something from the past. And now everybody was too ashamed to do or embarrassed to do. Anyway, I hope this has been of use. I have to bear in mind when I say this that not all of you are, and I forget sometimes and I apologize, not all of you are, you know, seasoned Vegas travelers. I have to bear in mind that some of you are first timers, and I hope I'm clear enough for first timers. I have to remember that, you know, many of you have never been to Vegas before, and you check this out. So actually I want to talk about the phone. Pretty standard phone. It's very important for me that there is a speaker feature, and this one does. Tropicana didn't have it. So they didn't have to bother, you know, touching the phone. And you can do whatever you want whilst you talk on the phone. Of course, it's an alarm clock. And so actually, do I recommend this? I think MGM is a great choice for a mid-range type of hotel if you do not mind being South Strip. And I think it's an ideal choice for the younger crowd, but I've noticed there is also enough that there are enough people within the 40 to 55 age range, and so there is enough of a variety here for it to be appealing to just about everybody. But would I recommend it? I say yes, I certainly would recommend it. I mean, provided that you don't pay ridiculous amounts of money. I usually, if I want to splash out and treat myself and pay a lot of money, I go to the very, very highest end hotels in Vegas just because of that little extra, you know, little extra customer service and little extra perfection and those really pampering features that you can only find there, and that's why they're very expensive. But this is a really nice resort. It's a bit too big for me, but you know, I like to walk and go A to B, A to Z really, really quickly. But you can do it. I mean, you know, as long as you're able-bodied, you can do it easily. But there's so much to do here at MGM Grand, you know, so that's why there are so many zigzag type of paths. So I hope this has been of use. For information on how to get a good deal at the best. Hi guys, this is an addendum to the main video of the MGM Grand Room. Some of you actually want to know what the safe is, and I remembered that I better tell you. This particular room has a safe at the bottom of the drawer. Some of them are like that, so when you check in, that's for any resort really, just look around. Don't expect the safe in the most obvious places, okay, all the time. So here there's a safe, so you close the drawer and that's it. You wouldn't have known. And other resorts have the safe, say here, where here you have an empty spot to put your own things, or they have it in a cabinet over there. And other resorts even, they have a safe, as you may well know, inside the cupboard. So it really varies. But I noticed that some of the MGM Grand resorts here in Vegas, they have the safe in one of the drawers. So a little tip there. So I remember to tell you about the safe. Okay guys, see you on top-buffet.com. Hi guys, just a little addendum about the MGM Grand room, and in particular the bathroom. There is no fan. No fan. There's a little thing there and it doesn't work. It's not attached to anything. There is no switch. And it's a little bit disappointing. I like the fans in the bathroom unless you have a window, which of course this, you know, MGM bathrooms don't have. Hugely disappointing, especially coming from Tropicana, where they had a huge fan, a really strong fan in the bathroom, in their larger bathrooms. So this is a, you know, if you're sharing with somebody or people, this might be something that you might want to bear in mind. It depends, you know, on how fussy you are, but I'm fussy and I like my fans working in the bathroom. So in that respect, thumbs down to MGM Grand, just that respect. Okay guys, see you on top-buffet.com. Hi guys, this is a little appendix to our video review of the MGM Grand room. Well, one of them, of course. Well, I have left the air conditioning on all day and all evening, and to the lowest setting in terms of thermostat, and the lowest and the highest setting in terms of fan strength. And it's been quite disappointing. It's really not cooling the room enough. Obviously, it's the end of May 2014, and it's very, very hot outside. Probably one of the hottest months. It feels that way anyway here in Vegas, but it's certainly compared to previous years. But maybe that's the reason, or it might just well be that this particular section of the MGM is just not serviced very well with regards to the air conditioning system. But something that you might want to bear in mind if you spend a long time in the room and are heat sensitive. If you're not heat sensitive, it doesn't really matter. It's not really that it doesn't work. It works, but it's kind of weak. So the room is large, and it's nicely spacious, so it doesn't seem to have enough strength to actually cool down the whole room. And one other thing I wanted to tell you is that you might want to bear in mind the layout of MGM Grand when you book a room, and I'm going to go into the details of that on our page dedicated to the MGM in the section Which Vegas Hotel. And of course the website is top-buffet.com. See you there guys, bye-bye. So I hope this has been of use, guys. For information on how to get a room like this, or an even better room, or a cheaper room, and how to go about it, read us on top-buffet.com. Of course, we have updates there as well, because it's not as practical to continually do video updates. Sometimes I just check it and just write the update on the website. It's a little bit more convenient. And if you want to contact us, or if you have any questions, do so via the contact page of the website, or you can ask us a question via this channel. Please bear in mind we do get a lot of emails, so we will reply, but it might take us a few days, and I apologize for that. Sometimes we can reply quickly. Other times, for example, when we're reviewing and we're going through all of this, we really don't have time to check your questions, so we do that when we stop reviewing and video reviewing and we take a break. Then we answer the questions. Okay guys, well, I hope this has been of use, and see you on top-buffet.com. Bye bye guys.